Good afternoon, guys. So today's topic is going to be line segments and distance, and this is TEAC E10. TEAC 10. So, um, have you ever wondered how long it would take you to get home without knowing, like, without having internet for Google Maps? Well, if you have you ever wondered how long it would take you to get home, but you don't have Google Maps or anything, but you just have like a little bit of a little fragment of the information. For example, if my house is like 3 minutes away from Juarez, right? And Juarez is 30 minutes away from Jimmy Carter, then my house would be 33 minutes away from Juarez. I said Juarez was 3 minutes away, right? Okay, perfect. So here we can put that to the test. So the first thing that we need to know are what are line segments. So a line segment is a line that ends with 2 points. So here you can see this line segment ends with the endpoints A and B. And when you're writing a line segment that ends with these 2 points and you're trying to like sum it up, you know what I mean? You're gonna write it in notation. And notation means that when you write like a line with the two endpoints. So it would be AB with a line on top to symbolize that that's a whole line and that it has the endpoints A and B. It also doesn't matter what order it's in. So it can be AB or BA. So the next thing that we have here is we're measuring segments. When you're measuring segments, you're calculating the distance between 2 points. So here on this segment, you can see that the points are 1 and 9. So a little trick that I like to use when I'm measuring segments is just imagine like a little frog. So the little frog is leaping from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the distance between 1 and 9 is 8. Distance between 1 and 9 would be 8. So it would be written as AB equals 8. So when you're done with this, it can be written as the length of AB with the line at top to symbolize 2 points, or AB without the line. So it would be AB equals 8. AB equals 8. So now we have congruent segments. So congruent segments, does anyone know what congruent means? Congruent means equal. Beautiful. So congruent means equal. Basically, it means that if AB equals CD, then they're two congruent segments. And when you have two congruent segments, it is written as AB equals CD, but you're going to have a little line. And this little line indicates congruence. So here it is. So here on these two lines, to know that they're congruent, we can use the little trick that we use on the other one. When we're measuring segments, we can do the little frog, which is 1 hop, 2 hop, and 3 hops. So it would be 3, right? And then over here, we can do 1 hop, 2 hops, and 3 hops. So it would be 3. So the distance would be the same. So if they have the same distance, that means that they are congruent. Another way to show congruence is whenever you have two lines like these, but they have like a little red line on them. This symbolizes that they're like the same. Now we have collinear points. So collinear points is something really simple. It's just points that are the same line. So here we have point A, C, and B. All these points are collinear points. And it doesn't matter if they're in like a different order. It just matters that they're on the same point. They're on the same line segment. Next, we're going to be doing the distance formula on a number line. So we're going to be given 2 points, right? And it's basically the same thing, so no need to freak out. We're going to be giving. Can anyone give me 2 points?
4 and 10.
Beautiful. So here we have 4, and here we have 10. So the first thing that we need to know is the formula. So what distance formula are we going to use on a number line? Well, for this equation, the distance formula that we're going to use is going to be absolute value of x1 minus x2, or x2 minus x1. So it doesn't really matter which one, and it doesn't really matter like which order. Okay, it doesn't really matter which order that you put it in, just as long as you have both the x's in there and that they're being subtracted, right? So the way to do this is, which one should be x1? What? And x2 will be 10. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if x1 is 10 or x2 is 4. It just matters that you have the 2 points. So here we're going to do absolute value of 4 minus 10. So can anyone tell me 4 minus 10? Negative 6. But when you have absolute value, that negative 6 is going to turn into a positive 6. So here we have the absolute value of negative 6. So when you have a negative inside the absolute value, you're going to transform it into a positive. Even if you have a positive inside the absolute value, you're still going to keep it positive. So your answer will always be positive. The distance between something is always going to be positive. Now finish it. Okay. So now that you learned how to do this step, I want you guys to practice the first problem that is on your sheet of paper, on your second sheet of paper. And do I go around and ask some questions? Oh, there it goes. So the first thing that you're going to do is write down a book. No, it's not science. It's 4. It can be either one. You can either use this one or this one. Everyone is doing an amazing job. So what is the answer that you guys got?
Yes, because they have the same distance.
Beautiful, beautiful. So now that we have this out of the way and you guys are understanding better, let's move on to distance formula on a coordinate plane. So this one might be a little bit more difficult. So you guys can take out your phones for the calculator. Oh no, guys. Okay, so we'll put that in the back. So now we're moving on to the distance formula on a coordinate plane. So the first thing that we have to do is we're going to have to get our formula. So the formula that we have here is going to be b equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2, sorry, my y, y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, so now that I have showed you guys can practice doing number 2. I'm gonna go around and ask you guys some questions. Do you need any help?
Yeah.
What do you need help on? Okay, so what is your answer, guys? Beautiful, beautiful. It was correct. And so do you guys understand how to get the distance between two things when you're giving a line or a graph? That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Let's go back and see if we met our objectives of the day. So did we learn how to use the distance formula on a line segment? Beautiful. Did we learn how to use the distance formula on a graph? Awesome. So that will be all for today's lesson. Thank you very much and have a great afternoon.